Hi everyone, this is Rufaro and welcome back to She Money Hacks. So today I'm filming part two. Well, not filming, but I filmed it all in one day, but I'd split it in sections because it was really long. But it's basically part two of living with accountants, quarantine edition. Two accountants who work at the Big Four accounting firms. So I will basically be showing you, what it's like living with them, some of the things they go up to in their day, the schedule. In the first part, if you haven't watched it, please go ahead uh, and watch part one. Part two, we start off, at lunch and just go through some of the certifications that accountants need to be public accountants. We also go over their work schedules, what time they finish working, and a whole bunch of other things that you might want to know if you are interested in being an accountant or just want to know what it's like being an accountant. So I hope you enjoy, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, let us know. And maybe we could also do a Q&A session as well, just about things that you have learned in this video or other things you want to know. So enjoy.
Because I was so hungry.
What was for lunch today?
Fries, barbecue chicken, and some side salad.
Okay, the salad's keeping it healthy. And what was for lunch
I don't
today?
know about healthy, but it's food.
Fries with buffalo chicken?
Barbecue.
Barbecue. Oh my god, why did I say buffalo?
No, I think there's a buffalo one in there.
More like this
As
Oh,
well.
you're right. Yeah.
That's
We
what
usually do
Nas
the
like.
buffalo wings.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. There's no salad on mine. I'm not being healthy.
Okay. Cool.
I already finished my salad, so you have to take me on my word.
Okay. Okay, usually how long is your lunch break? As an accountant. Well, for you.
It's kind of difficult to gauge. It depends on the day. If you're really busy with work, you just kind of like eat while you work. So you're not really like taking like time off to actually eat. But there are times when you're not really that busy. It could be anywhere between maybe 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you usually do in your lunch break? Like, what do you do? Like when you was before quarantine and then now when you're quarantined.
Before quarantine, I would definitely like take like the time off my work, like take a real break, and I would usually like eat in one of the kitchens
In the office.
in the office. Yes, and it would usually between 30 to 45 minutes most of the times. Yeah. Now, if I'm too busy, I just eat while I work.
Okay.
Or I could take like time, maybe, just de-stress, watch something for like 30 minutes to an hour while I eat.
Watch your Korean
That's
shows.
about it, yeah.
Okay, and then when you're at the office, would you go with packed lunch or you would buy?
When I started being more health conscious, I did go with packed lunch. Before that, I used to buy a lot. So
Sure.
we do have like microwaves. And
Okay,
all
so
that
just put in the
stuff.
fridge.
So if you need to put it in the fridge and heat it up later, you definitely can do that.
Okay, so like when you weren't being health conscious and you were just balling left, right, and center on your lunches, roughly how much would you spend on a week with your lunches? Like maybe how much the range of the lunches you'd buy, and then how much would that be a week?
Yeah, I usually try to like save. So my go-to place is like this Thai place that's near my work. It's like maybe a 8-minute walk. So if I go there, that would be between probably $8 to $12 because they do have lunch special.
Okay.
And that would depend like if I'm getting like the Thai iced tea to drink with it or if I'm getting like an appetizer. If I'm not, I could totally pay like $8 and that's it.
Oh, appetizer for lunch.
Yeah, so
okay.
it wasn't like too bad. So not anything more than what's 15 times 4? Do the math. I'm not really
$60.
yeah, not more than $60.
Okay, so a week probably that would be $60 a week.
Yeah, about $60 a week, provided that I was buying every day. But I honestly didn't buy that much towards like the quarantine time because I was starting to be more health conscious. So I would always cook and bring something to work.
Okay. Could you tell us what's there and what's in
This
those boxes?
box has a bunch of Lay's snacks.
Uh-huh.
The one underneath it is a bunch of Terra chips. You know, we're trying to do a little bit healthier options here. This is our snack corner. Technically, they're busy season snacks.
Okay.
We got some Pringles,
Yo, there's more under the chair, beside
and then
the
we got
chair.
some fruit snacks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So this is just for busy season?
This is just for busy season.
And how long is busy season for?
I guess it varies. My busy season, we get 2 a year, so the April 15th deadline, and then we get the one for October 15th. So maybe like 2 months each.
Okay, so you have 4 months of busy season a year.
Yeah. And then the rest of the year, you know, you just work your regular hours.
Okay, another question on busy season. So, for busy season, like generally, what are your hours like?
It depends. Like this year for Corona, because of COVID, it's like my busy season was just like very long. Because of the fact that the April 15th deadline was pushed to July 15th. And so then we didn't really have that much of a turnaround. So now we're picking up for the October 15th deadline. But I would say like normal, like when we're not going through a pandemic, it's probably like the 2 months leading up to the deadline, you're working, you start off with like maybe 50 to 60 hours. And then right like maybe a month before the deadline, you might be working like 80 plus hours a week.
Okay, so you feel like busy season during quarantine is
Busy season during quarantine, I feel like, I guess you could say it was better because you kind of get more of a gradual increase of hours as opposed to when you're not going through a pandemic. It's just everything comes in at once, and then it's like a very like mountainous amount of work that you have to do at the end of the towards the end of the filing deadline. But I don't know. It's like you're being busy longer. So it's like, I guess it's whatever you prefer. Like, would you rather have more hours over a longer string of time? Or would you rather have like very like intense hours for just a smaller period of time?
Okay, that makes sense. So do you think you're more productive during quarantine or when you're in the office?
I think it depends, honestly.
It depends on. Okay, what about you, Nicole?
This is
Do I feel more productive during quarantine?
Yeah.
working from home versus
I
working
don't
in
know
the
if I'm
office.
more productive because personally I like working more in an office. It kind of separates the whole home and work space.
Yeah.
I feel more productive when I go to work, I get my stuff done, and then, and then when I go home, I don't have to worry about it. But I guess now with quarantine, you have more time on your hands, so you can start something earlier, or you can work on something longer than if you would have had to go to the office. But I think it depends on the task. Like, there are some stuff that maybe you're trying to get ahead of and you're trying to finish, but maybe the person that you need to work with isn't on, maybe they're on vacation, maybe they're not online today, and then you gotta wait. So I think it depends, but I would say I'm evenly productive.
But you're pretty like disciplined because you wake up.
I'm
early in the
very
morning.
consistent every day. I'm very routine. I don't like to break my routine. But yeah, no, I think it was still an adjustment. I think once we started working from home, it's not easy to want to work when there are so many other things that you could be doing. Like so many people wanna like go and find like a new hobby, do something new, something interesting, like, and then you have people who work from home all day and they don't really get to try anything new because they have to work. They have that responsibility that they are able to work, which I am grateful for because we can work during this time, but that it's like you don't really have time for anything else. Your whole life becomes work.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I guess it's kind of the
there's like a pro and a con, I guess, to doing what it is that we do, because I mean, yes, I'm getting a paycheck, but I don't have time for anything.
Yeah. But do you feel like you're saving more money that you're being working from home?
I don't know about that. I think everyone will equally agree that online shopping during this pandemic has been high. Like, Amazon has been getting a lot of money from me, and I know Amazon's bad. I know he's a trillionaire. It's not okay, but Amazon is so easy. I just put everything in my cart and I check out, and it comes to me like.
Yeah, let me show you, because these are boxes from today. More things from
it's
Nicole.
everything there. You know, I try to buy a lot of things that help my productivity. Like, I obviously try to buy like technology things that help me for work. But then you also buy all those other things that you're like, oh, I don't really need that. But since I don't have anything else that I can do, I can't go to the store and buy anything. So it's like when you have that online platform like Amazon or eBay or anything of that sort, you just like the whole marketplace is available for you to buy. So why wouldn't you?
That's true. Oh, there's like, where's the thing you got today? The stick thingamabob?
Yeah, I think it's a phone camera tripod. I had seen that online and I was like, well, I'm tired of seeing you guys stack books.
So let me show this properly. So she got this because when we're doing recordings, we've been placing the phone on here, and so she got a tripod. See, friends who help other people be great. So yeah, thank you, Nicole. Anything else to say?
You're not coming back to me, are you?
Really back at you.
I don't know what to say to that. I mean, she said she's disciplined. She doesn't deviate from her schedule, and I'm like the complete opposite. So I don't know what that says about me. I'm gonna keep my mouth.
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's one day at a time.
But I mean, you get your work done. You get your things done.
Yeah, I get my work done, but unlike the early birds, I'm more like a night owl.
I mean, I guess what's important is figuring out when you're most productive. She's productive in the morning, and you're in the evening.
I'm trying to change. Change is hard.
That's why I have to keep taking you on these morning runs.
Yeah.
Friends that help each other be great. So how often do you work out then?
Work out every day.
Even on Sundays?
Every day. Sundays are no exception.
Wow.
I just know it's hard.
Working out.
Okay,
In
it's
the
harder
likeness
than the
of the
other
accountant.
two stripes. I think.
Oh, this one definitely is.
So here are the weights and everything, literally the corner space right here where that's turned into a gym, and here. Okay, so what are you doing, Nicole?
Now I'm making some breaded chicken, which I plan on putting inside of a sandwich so I can have dinner.
Okay, so what time is it now? Like, what time do you usually start making dinner?
So I like to eat around 7. I don't like to eat very late. Just because, you know, like I don't move very much into the night. And so then I don't feel like I digest my food as well. So I like to try to eat at around 7. So that's why I'm cooking now, because hopefully by the time I'm done and actually sit down to eat, it'll be around 7.
Okay. So it takes you like
It takes about
hours to
maybe,
prep?
like depending on what it is that I'm making for dinner that day, it could be anywhere between 30 minutes to like an hour.
Okay. So do you usually like meal prep or? How
I
do you
try
have
my
time to cook
meal
every
prep.
day?
It'll usually be something that I can make in bulk, and I'll do it on the weekend. That way, I don't have to cook during the week. But in this case, like since I'm studying on the weekend, I didn't want to meal prep, and then just decided that I would take a little break from work and cook myself a meal.
Yeah. Ooh, what are you studying for?
Right now, I'm studying to take the FAR section for the CPA exam. I already have one section down, so I have audit, and this would be me retaking the financial section just because I didn't pass it on the first one, and now that I'm taking it again, I don't want to have to retake it another time.
Yeah. Okay. So what? So like, when do you study?
So because I work right now, it's maybe not even like a 40-hour week just because it's a little busy now. I'm maybe doing 50 hours between Monday to Thursday, and then I've taken off Fridays, so I study Friday to Sunday, and those will be like blocks of like maybe 10 hours each of those days, just
Wow.
because time is of essence when it comes to studying.
Yeah. Wow. 10 hours.
Yeah, it's my brain is fried.
Wait. So you said this is the FAR is which
So there's
Which
four
one?
sections for the CPA exam. There's audit, regulation, BC, and then there's financial. So financial is the one that I'm taking now. I still need to take reg and BC, but I want to do that after my busy season just because I don't have time right now to sit for all three of them.
Okay. Okay. What is the dinner of an accountant? So, since you said you're studying for the CPA and you do like 10 hours on the weekend or each day of the weekend,
Each day of the weekend, yeah.
how do you manage that?
So usually, I mean, like I have a very structured routine. So I'm up usually 8 is around the time that I'm up. Just because on those days that I'm studying, I'm also trying to catch up on sleep because of having to work overtime during Monday through Thursday. I'll probably get up around 9, and then I'll just log on. Like for our job, we use Becker, so I use Becker, and I just go through the material. And since this isn't the first time that I'm taking it, it's now I can just go back and refine the stuff that I struggled with, as opposed to when you go through it the first time, like you have to just absorb as much material as possible. But yeah, you just kind of study the way that you did, like in college. You just kind of have to sit down and really get it and make sure you understand the concepts, because I mean they kind of designed the exam so that you're not supposed to just memorize it. You really have to understand the concept and the understanding behind everything. So it's difficult, and especially since I'm doing them in long blocks, it's really frustrating, and I don't want to do it. So I do take some breaks. So like I'll take break to like eat. I'll take a break just to let my brain not think about the studying material for a little bit. But if you need to get something done, like this is something that I need for like my career, you just kind of have to do it.
So probably you do like 2 hours, 3 hours break.
Yeah, I mean, at most, a stretch will be maximum of 4 hours. Just because the exam is designed, the exam itself is 4 hours. So I want to get into the habit of doing the material for a 4-hour stretch and then taking a break. So whether that's I take the break to work out, or I take the break to take a walk, or go to the store, or maybe watch a little bit of some TV, I want to at least give my brain the ability to absorb it without making my brain explode.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, you said you'll be working because you're working overtime. So you're working overtime because
I'm working overtime right now because I work on individual income tax returns. So right now we're working towards the extension deadline of October 15th. So as we approach that deadline, more and more information is becoming available. So we need to work on it as soon as possible. That way we're not scrambling at the end.
Okay, wow. So working overtime plus studying for the CPA.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, if you think about it, like the same thing that you do in college. Like if you just so happen to do work study, or if you had a job while you're in school, it's, you know, you get into the routine that, well, I have to dedicate a certain amount of hours to work, and I have to dedicate a certain amount of hours to studying. You just, you know, it's all routine based, and since I worked while I was in school, I feel like I'm just kind of going back in time. But I mean, it's difficult, but
Use
it can be
perspective.
done.
Actually, maybe we could do a Q&A about if there are any people who are curious and interested about the CPA, and maybe they can ask Nicole some questions.
I mean, you can ask me
I'm
questions because I'm currently still going through the process of passing all of the sections. And then I know that Portia has already passed all the sections. She approached it a little differently in that she wanted to get it done as soon as possible. Whereas I kind of wanted to take the focus on doing better and maybe overachieving in work before I handled this. I mean, no one can say that one did it the right way. There is no right way when it's doing this, but we definitely did it different ways. So you can get a little perspective on whether or not you would want to do it right away when you start working, or if you wanted to just wait a little.
So Portia did it as soon as she started working.
Yeah,
and
the
you
first year
waited.
that we started in, she kind of took a slight step back when it came to the workflow, and then, you know, predominantly studied the majority of the time, whereas I kind of did the opposite, where I was studying on my leisure time, but I was mainly focusing on my work experience.
Okay. Hi guys. So as you can see, looking outside, it's dark. So this is the nighttime, and this is me like almost wrapping up the video for today, and the time is it's almost 9 o'clock in the evening, and I just wanted to show you just some last clips of the two lovely accountants that I'm staying with, to kind of just show you what they do at this time in the evening, because hey, the day of an accountant, the hours are stretched out and maxed out to the most, so you can really like see what they're about to do this evening. So again, just wanted to show you, like, it's actually the evening, and yeah, here Portia is working out.
You're really seriously not recording me when I have the least amount of flexibility? Seriously? Couldn't you record me when I'm doing my high knees or something?
He's just getting warmed up. It's okay. But this is what one person's doing right now. I mean, it just shows the two different work schedules. And then Nicole is back at work. Last time she was cooking and eating. So yeah, now she's part 2 of her work. So like today, what time do you think you'll finish working?
I'll probably get off like 10:30. I just want to finish something because I know tomorrow I have something planned out that is going to take me the whole day. And then since I have Friday off for studying, since my exam is next week, it's like if I don't get it done now, then it's going to delay everyone else. So I kind of have to get ahead of it. So 10:30, because if not, I don't think I'm going to be like fully awake when I wake up tomorrow morning.
Okay, so that means you're finishing off today's work and starting a new challenge tomorrow.
Yeah.
So what about, because you said Friday is your day off, like if you don't get to finish off Thursday's work, what happens?
It kind of depends, like, it definitely depends, like, how well I'm communicating to my team and updating them on my status, and whether or not it fits the timeline that we need to get things done. So if they're okay with receiving the work that was supposed to be done for this week on Monday, then I don't really have to make up the hours on the day that I'm taking off. But if we have an internal deadline and they want it by end of this week and I don't finish it on Thursday, then that's kind of on me. Like, that was poor planning on my part, and I probably should have communicated that once I realized I wasn't gonna make it. So definitely that's why tomorrow, once I'm done with the day, I'm gonna evaluate the rest of the stuff that I need to get done for this week, and then that way I can communicate to the appropriate people on Thursday that yes, I still plan on taking off Friday, and if they're okay with the timeline that I have set right now. So it's just like the communicating. You have to over communicate with your teams, because you delaying the process delays their process, and then everything is contingent upon someone else's availability and whether or not they get the things done. So
that makes sense. Okay, thank you. Well, as we wrap up, what word would you use to describe your typical day?
Typical word. That's kind of hard.
Okay, what would you say?
It all depends, honestly.
Okay, a
How
busy
busy
season
you are.
day, a word for busy season and a word for normal day as an accountant. Like when you're working.
Busy season could be quite hectic,
Hectic?
stressful, just trying to
I agree.
get everything out of the door at the right time so that you make high deliverables.
And then for
Normal day, it's very even paced, not too much going on. Okay, not stressful. You still have things to do, but you're
Okay.
not on a
You're not on
hurry
a tightrope.
timeline.
Yeah, you're not on a tightrope at that point.
Exactly.
Okay, so do you have your words?
I guess
Okay.
during busy season, I would say tired. Honestly, that's
Yeah.
probably the best word that I can use. Yeah, tired for busy season, and then in the off season, I feel like I don't know. I feel maybe like calm, like maybe the opposite. Like I'm not as stressed, so I have more flexibility with my work because you don't have that strict deadline when it's not busy season. So
Okay. Cool, thank you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section if you like this type of video. Maybe I could do another one, and we could do a Q&A session with the accountants or something like this as well. Bye guys.